Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the 6th program in operating system program series. And today we plan to cover the classical process synchronization problems. And once we have discussed that, we'll look at some process management commands. Precisely, we'll discuss today dining philosopher's problem, producer-consumer problem, a reader-writer problem. And then we'll look at some process management commands. The first classical process synchronization problem is the dining philosopher's problem, in which we have 5 philosophers and they are sitting around a table, they have food and they are eating. But in eating, they share some resources. Let's try to see in a diagram how they are eating and what actually the problem is. Let's look at a diagram. We see here in diagram we have philosopher is essentially equivalent to our process here, P0, P1, P2, P3 and P4. And each one of the philosophers have a plate of food, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, they have a chopstick on each side. Each philosopher have a chopstick on his left as well as on his right. And they essentially alternate between thinking and eating. When one philosopher is thinking, the other philosopher adjacent on the left or on the right can eat. But while the philosopher is eating, he will use the chopstick on his left as well as on his right. But while that philosopher is eating, no philosopher on the left or right could eat. Can you see this a process synchronization problem? Can you think of a practical situation in the computing system arena where the operating system is involved? Yes. Think of the disk usage. You have a disk and multiple processes want to use that disk or access the disk. Similarly, think of I/O devices. There are a number of processes which try to reach the I/O devices which are shared amongst various processes. In the classical process synchronization problems, our next problem, producer-consumer problem. In producer-consumer problems, producer produces, consumers uses, and they share a common buffer. Let's look at the diagram and see how the producer-consumer problem works. Let's look at the diagram. We see here the producer produces information for the consumer, and consumer consumes information produced by the producer. But they share a fixed size buffer. That fixed size buffer generates a problem that when the buffer is full, the producer process will have to wait. And similarly, the fixed size buffer also creates a problem for the consumer that when the buffer is empty, the consumer will have to wait. How to synchronize the producer and consumer processes? The computer scientists have developed the algorithm called sleep and wake up. While the producer process comes and sees that buffer is full, then he goes to sleep. And when some information is removed from that buffer, the wake up system call awakes the producer process. And similarly, while the consumer process comes and see that the buffer is empty, there is nothing to be used, the consumer process goes to sleep. And whenever some information is added in the buffer, the wake up call wakes up the consumer process. And this procedure also have significant implications in the process synchronization, and there are a number of practical situations where the producer-consumer situation arises, and the experts have developed the algorithm to solve this producer-consumer problem. The next issue and the problem in the classical process synchronization problem is a reader-writer problem. And we encounter these problems very often in the computing systems arena, and operating system need to have algorithms to handle the readers-writers situation. Would you recall our airline reservation system example, where number of airline reservation agents are trying to access and read the information from the database, and number of reservation agents are trying to make reservation, meaning thereby they are trying to write the database. Okay. Now we have a common database, a shared reading writing space. The reader process is only interested in reading, and writer process is only interested in writing. But a writer process would like to ensure while the writer process is writing, no other process should be able to access that address space. Okay, let's look at the diagram and see how the reader-writer problem is formulated. Let's look at the diagram. We see here, I believe in our previous discussion we learned that there are large number of processes active in the system while system is in operation, and we see number of writer processes, they want to write to the shared reading writing space, which we can call it as database. And we see here a number of reader processes who are interested in reading the shared memory, and data space will have to be shared between the reader processes and writer processes. Number of reader processes can access the database at the same time, but the writer processes would not, because while the writer process is accessing the shared reading or writing space, that process would like that no other process should be able to access that space. And this is a classical problem in the database process synchronization. Ladies and gentlemen, in all Unix systems, particularly in all Unix flavors, we have a number of tools which the system administrators use for the process management. We'll only briefly look at some of these commands. Let's look at the commands which are available mostly in Unix systems.
Dear students, Dr. Abbas Chaudhry has already discussed process scheduling. Now we will learn some commonly used process management commands. These commands are used to list processes, to kill a process, to control different processes, and to assign priorities to different processes. You can use Solaris operating system, Unix operating system, or Linux operating system to execute these commands. Now let us begin with our first command. This command is used to display complete information about the processes that are executed on the current login. It displays information about process ID, terminal, time, and command that has initiated this process. You can use different switches with the PS command. In this slide, we have used EF switch, that is written like this: PS followed by dash and EF switch. This will display the complete information of all the processes that are executing on your login. You can use PS command to display information about a particular process. For example, in this slide we have used process ID number 505. In this command, the command starts with PS followed by dash E, that is to execute the command, followed by a pipe sign, followed by grep, and then the process ID. This will display the information of process ID number 505. Our next command displays information about the linked libraries of the current process. In this case, the command is like this: PLDD followed by the process ID, that is 505, and then the more sign. For in between the process ID and the more symbol, we have used pipe sign, that is to display the information about the process page wise. Now, let us see different process tools. There are 4 tools we have selected, that is ptime, ptree, print working directory, and pwait tool. The ptime tool is used to time the given process, and it will also include the time of its children processes. For example, we can use ptime followed by ls command to display the time information of listing command. Our next tool is process tree. This command is used to show the tree of the processes and its sub processes. Our next command is to print the current working directory of the process, that is pwdx. Next command displays the status information after a process terminates. Now, let us see some examples of process tools. Our first example is to display the current working directory of process ID 191. This will display the working directory of process ID 191. You can stop any process by giving the process ID of that process. The second command, that is pstop followed by 264, that is a process ID number. You can stop this process. You can use prun command to execute the stopped process, that is prun followed by the process ID number, that is 264. You can use kill command to terminate a process. In this slide, we are using kill followed by -9 switch, then the process ID number, that is 505. -9 switch ensures that this process will be terminated properly. Our next slide shows the command that displays process priority list. It displays flag information of the process, state of the process, user ID, and process ID of the all processes. PS followed by ECL switch shows the priority list of the process. It displays information about flag, state of the process, and user ID and process ID. It also displays some other information in the specified format. We can use priority control command to assign a priority to the process. For example, in this command we have used priority control followed by -e switch, then -c switch followed by the name of class, that is TS -m followed by a space, then 20 followed by a space -p, then followed by a space the number 20, and finally we have used ls command with the -l switch. Here in this slide we are also discussing some of the switches. For example, -e switch executes the command, -c switch is used to define the class of the process, and TS the time sharing class. -m user priority number between -20 to 20. You can assign priority between -20 to 20 by using -p switch. Our next command is priority control with a different class, that is priority control with -c followed by real time class and followed by time, that is 500 milliseconds. We have assigned this priority to our ls command. Our next command is used to display the print configuration of the system. It will display complete print configuration of your system. You can use different commands to print their configuration. For example, in this command we have used memory command to display information about the memory. Our next command is to display the virtual memory statistics after each 5 seconds. The command looks like this vmstat followed by 5. 5 specifies the time interval. Our next command is vmstate I, that is to show the interrupts per device. You can display the information of file system. For example, to display file system information, you can use df followed by -k switch. Now, these were our all commands, and good luck, and don't forget to practice these commands on these operating systems. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.